Hi there! Thank you for checking out my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. This video is actually part of a series of videos I'm posting to try to help people out sa Civil Service exam by giving out my tips, tricks, and techniques. And if you're not yet part of Team Laika, you can go to www.facebook.com/civilserviceexamreview and click here to see the playlist of all the videos I already posted, and click here to subscribe to this channel so you can see the rest of the videos I'm going to come up with in the next few days, weeks, or however long this goes on. Okay, in this video we're going to talk about sentence correction techniques, and before we move to my PC, I just need to talk about stress just a few of the tips I already mentioned before, which is first, you have to read. Okay, read, kasi the reason why you will be familiar with how a sentence kind of sounds right or a sentence doesn't sound right, at malaman yung distinction between those two, is to keep reading stuff. Okay, so magbasa kayo na magbasa, find good quality reading materials. I just would suggest na, hindi naman sabihin na bash ko sila, pero this is something I found na very disappointing itong past year. Just don't go to philstar.com, kasi yung Philippine Star na online news portal, masyadong maraming grammatical errors. Actually, pwede ko kayong i-drill about that, na kayo mag-correct ng mga articles nila kasi ang messy yung writing nila. I already wrote a letter to the editor. I hope that things improve in the near future, but for now, and for your purpose, because you're here to learn, just find somewhere else to read. Okay? Marami namang ibang mga news portals dyan, maraming news sites, so basa na lang kayo doon. Or, of course, if you enjoy fantasy, if you enjoy sci-fi, if you enjoy different kinds of reading materials, just grab a book. Okay? It's always better to read naman an entire book, lalo na kung maaliw kayo. If you haven't started reading anything yet, or hindi nyo pa alam yung interests ninyo, I would suggest going to the YA section, young adult section, kasi at least there's something for anyone and everyone, just to get you into reading. So I wouldn't suggest na alam nyo, Canterbury Tales kayo agad, or find Shakespeare or something like that. Kasi baka ma-shock kayo, or baka ma-discourage kayo kasi they use long words, old words, stuff like that. So find something that you enjoy reading, just keep reading, okay? I would suggest first, well, of course, Harry Potter books. If you haven't read them, if you already saw the movies, you know na maganda yung series, and Harry Potter is actually very dear to my heart, so you can just read yung Harry Potter series, start with the first book and then hanggang tuloy-tuloy. The beauty about J.K. Rowling's writing is hindi mo mapapansin na ang dami mo na palang nabasa kasi na-enjoy mo yung world, na-enjoy mo yung fantasy, na-enjoy mo yung story building. Kaya mapapansin nyo, ang dami nyo na nabasa in a very short amount of time. You won't notice kahit na tipong, alam ko, minsan, di ba, 400 pages yung ebook, if you have an ebook, or 400 pages yung libro, parang ang kapal-kapal, nakakatakot. Okay lang yan. Malalaki naman yung letters, at saka exciting naman yung story. Okay, so just read. Second thing na advice ko would be to write, di ba? So, just keep writing in English, speaking in English, go and use the language, and that's the only way for you to learn. So, you have to keep making mistakes. Para pag alam niyo yung mistakes, and the logic behind it, then you can improve in the next try. Okay? Third piece of advice, which is actually very valuable, but it requires a lot of humility on your part, is to find a grammar Nazi friend. Alam niyo yung grammar Nazi na tinatawag are people who are very critical when it comes to grammar. Sila yung magko-correct ng mga Facebook posts, alam niyo yung mag-post kayo in English, as merong magko-correct sa'yo, may asterisk, tapos sasabihin niya yung ano yung tamang ginamit na word, or ano yung mga friends ninyo na hindi mapigilan na, kunyari may nagsabi ng wrong grammar, sila yung bumubulong, na minsan second nature na sa kanila, hindi nila naisip, pero kinokorek nila agad yung mga mali. So they call them grammar Nazis. I wouldn't dare call me one, pero medyo, sige, you can call me one, pero hindi naman kasi ako ganun hindi naman ako sobrang makadive in sa grammar. Actually, a lot of these things that I'm going to teach you, I had to kind of list down. Kasi, again, the reason why I am familiar with this and I passed the exam is because naging ano na siya, normal na siya, habit na siya for me. So, if you ask me off the bat kung saan kinagamit ang semicolon or comma or anything of that sort, I may not be able to answer that question right away. Pero dahil sa familiarity and because I surround myself with friends who know the answer, then it helps me. Okay, hindi ako grammar, English 1 teacher. So, I'm not the best person to just kind of give you the rules right away. Pero it's not about that naman. Hindi mo kailangan kayo yung master ng everything for you to pass or for you to do good. You just have to surround yourself with people who will be able to help you out. Okay? So in this video, I'm going to talk about a few common errors na nandun sa mga sentence correction techniques. And these are errors that you may want to pay attention to para pag nag-exam kayo, nasa-spot nyo na siya agad. So these are also things that you may want to keep using, again, when you speak in English or when you write in English, para maging mas familiar kayo. Okay? Let's go one over to my PC and hold on. Okay, so common errors, and in this video I'm going to focus on one error, which is parallel structures. So some of the errors I'm just going to go through, pero huwag kayong matakot. I'm going to make videos for them. Kaya lang, mag-focus lang ako on this one in particular in this video, okay? So, let's dive right into it. There are a few na common errors na nakikita ko. The first one is comma chameleon. So, ginawa kong medyo mas madaling tandaan yung mga errors na to. So, if you know the song Karma Chameleon, so yan, comma chameleon. Kasi yung comma can play a number of different roles sa sentence. It can be something to divide certain thoughts. It can indicate na all of those things belong to one set. It can be a lot of things, and I'm going to discuss that in a separate video kasi masyadong mahaba yun for this video. Another common error is preposition opposition. Kasi in the Filipino language, wala tayong masyadong preposition. Mahilig tayo dun sa doon, dyan, lahat yun. Yun na yung prepositions natin. Pero in the English language, maraming prepositions na iba-iba. Yun yung on, at, in, or, from, in, yung mga ganon, marami masyado, and iba-iba yung gamit. And common error sa atin, dahil nga, again, hindi natural sa language ng Filipinos, na magkaroon ng preposition, na mapagpalit-palit yung mga prepositions na yun. There's actually an article on my professor's blog, which I posted on our page, about prepositions. I'm going to include the link below. So you're just going to have to read that. Because hindi ko masyadong priority na gawa ng video yung preposition opposition kasi nga, again, meron ng resource for that, which is my professor's blog. So, puntahan nyo na lang yun and read that, study that for you to learn. Kasi this is also very tricky din for me. Hindi ako sobrang expert dito and wala akong enough na guts to talk about that right now. Mas gusto ko mag-focus on some of the other things, okay? So just go to the link that is included in the comment section below. Next is ka-tense na tenses. So, again, with our language kasi madali lang sa atin eh. Tatlo lang ang tense natin, di ba? Yung pang kasalukuyan, pang hinaharap, pang nakaraan. Perfect lagi yung tenses natin na Filipino. Pero sa English language, merong mga have-beens, merong mga are being, mga ganon. And it's a little tricky for Filipinos. Now, if meron akong a friend who is actually a professor in English, and I'm going to talk to her this weekend, kung pwede na mag-guest na lang siya sa atin to discuss this with us. Okay? So, but if not, then I'm going to have to make a video on this. Okay? Next is, of course, subject-verb disagreement. Laging problema rin yan for us kasi it's a little tricky, especially with special cases. I'm going to actually try to make a video on this right away. Nagawa ko na yung PowerPoint about that. Subject-verb agreement, ibig sabihin yung mga, tipong Tom rides his bicycle, tas minsan naka-confuse naging Tom ride his bicycle, ganun. So, yun yung common errors na yan. Another thing is idiom. Ano ba yung idioms? Idiomatic expressions, yung mga kumaga mabulaklak na salita in English. And what I would suggest that you would do for this error is just Google common idioms and then just read through those. Basahin nyo lang, maging familiar kayo sa certain things kasi naka-encounter ako ng ganitong question sa test that I took sa civil service. In which pinalitan lang nila yung players dun sa idiom. Kasi yung idiom mahilig sila, iba-iba yan, mga tipong barking up the wrong tree, yung mga ganon. So, merong barking on the wrong tree, na ganon. So, again, preposition and idiom. Kasi pag hindi kayo familiar sa idiom, grammatically correct naman. Pero, it's still wrong.
Yung ganun. So, idioms, it's not easy to learn. You would have to exert effort. Sa case ko naman kasi, ang nangyari is that, sobrang hili ko magbasa. Kaya nagiging familiar ako sa certain idioms. Kasi ginagamit nga siya ng maraming writers then to express things instead of just saying na she cried. Yung mga ganun. So, naging familiar ako with that. But since we don't have enough time naman na sabihin ko sa inyo, basahin niyo lahat ng mga libro na nabasa ko since I was a kid, dahil may lapit na exam, ang shortcut would be just to Google it and find the list. Okay? Another common error is yung shoulda, woulda, coulda. Kasi yung should, would, and could are three words that can be used interchangeably, pero they mean different things. And I would discuss it right now, just fleetingly, kasi madali lang naman siya. Ang should are things that you really, really have to do. Yung should, ibig sabihin, siya yung strongest of all three. You should brush your teeth before going to bed. Kasi kung hindi, magkakaroon kayo ng cavities. You should submit that report on time. Should, ibig sabihin, you really have to do that. Would is, meron kayong preference. Ibig sabihin, may options ka, and yun lang yun ang gusto mong piliin. Kunyari, I would rather eat ice cream than cake. Yun, I will. Okay? So, gagawin mo, you would choose that. Meron ka pang preference dun sa sentence. Could expresses ability. Ibig sabihin, kakayanan. Kung kaya mong gawin. For example, kung gagamitin ko sa isang sentence, I could say na I could miss that class, but I would not because I should not. Okay? So, ang ibig sabihin nun, pwede akong mag-cut ng class, pero pipiliin kong hindi gawin dahil hindi ko dapat gawin. Okay? Gets? So, there's a difference between that. Minsan kasi nagiging tricky yan for us kasi hindi yung can kasi masyado nang lagi nagagamit. Kaya, can I go out? Well, you can, but you may not. Kasi you may is permission. Parang kind of, it's different from ability. So, yun. Finding the right word for the right situation is also a common error. Another thing is yung better beast. tinatawag ko. Kasi ang better and best, worst and worst, you also need to distinguish between those. I think there is an article do sa blog din ng prof ko. So, if there's one I find, I'm going to post the link below. Pero basically, better is choosing between two things. So, yun yung better option sa dalawa. Pag best, ibig sabihin, tatlo na mahigit yung pinag-uusapan. Kumaga, you are a better student than Randy, and because you are the best in your class. Diba? Better ka lang than Randy, pero pag buong class na yung pinag-uusapan, ibig sabihin, ikaw na yung tugatog ng tagumpay, best na yung gagamitin mo. Okay? Next, ito yung your errors. Wordplay din to if you get it. Your kasi, the first your means you are. Your is iyo, and error. So, ikaw ang iyong errors. Okay? So, just practice using your and your properly. It's funny nga how in the internet I can see a lot of native English speakers na gumagamit nito incorrectly. So, forgive yourself but learn how to do it properly. Again, the first your means you are, ikaw ang. Your na pangalawa means iyo. Okay? So, your shirt is the second one, Y-O-U-R. But you are beautiful is the first one. You're beautiful. Okay? Ito yung pag-uusapan natin today. It's called parallel structures. And, again, this is a common mistake. And, madali kasi itong isingit sa sentence correction. Kaya, ito yung gusto kong pag-usapan ngayon. Kasi nami-miss ng mga tao, minsan, itong parallel structures dahil ang titingnan lang nila is yung parang face level na grammar ng isang sentence. So, parang okay, tama yung tense, okay naman, may comma doon. And then, hindi na napapansin tong error na to, okay? So, I'm going to give you 3 examples. I'm going to walk you through kung paano siya gamitin, okay? This is the first one. It says here that the business executive planning to attend the conference in New Orleans could not decide whether to travel on or remaining at the hotel was the better choice. Ngayon, again, pag ganito ka haba yung sentence, bisa nakaka-overwhelm, pero huwag kayong matatakot. Ang first thing that you have to look at are the commas, I think. This is what I do. Kasi yung commas, they indicate thoughts that are not necessary in the sentence. Okay? Pag nakita kayo ng ganito, yung isang phrase na nakasandwich sa pagitan ng dalawang commas, parenthetical yan. Ibig sabihin, kahit takpan nyo yan, hindi nyo siya isali sa sentence, buo pa rin yung thought ng sentence, okay? So nito, isi-skip ko siya. The business executive could not decide whether to travel on or remaining at the hotel was the better choice. So, this one, planning to attend the conference in New Orleans, ignored. So, hindi na natin siya pag-uusapan. Dito na tayo. Could not decide. Okay, so, could not decide. Kasi hindi niya kayang mag-decide. Wala siya kakayanan mag-decide. Okay lang yan. Pwede yan. Kasi pwede kang walang kakayanan mag-decide, like I said dun sa shoulda, woulda, coulda natin. And whether to travel on or remaining at the hotel was the better choice. Okay. Better choice. Again, pinag-usapan natin to kanina. Better. Ang better should be in between two choices, two options. So, ang option siya dito is to travel or to remain. So, dalawa lang naman siya. So, tama yung better. Okay. So, na-eliminate na natin yung A, B, and D. So, obviously, kahit hindi natin pag-uusapan yung parallel structures, C ang natitira, C na ang error. But, explain ko kung bakit siya yung mali. Kasi, if you look at the sentence, could not decide whether to travel on, so this is the first thing, or remaining at the hotel. So, second thing, second thought to, second option. Pero pag tinignan nyo yung tense niya, yung travel, wala siyang ing. Right? So, and if you look at remaining, meron siyang ing. And according to parallel structures, ibig sabihin, kung pare-pareho sila sa isang line, ito, dapat, kung ano yung structure nitong first option or first sa list, ng things that the person is doing or has done or did, whatever, dapat pare-pareho sila ng tense. So, kung ito, travel lang siya, dapat ito, remain lang din siya. So, this is the error. Kasi dapat, remain siya. Hindi remaining. Yun yung parallel structures, okay? Let's look at another example. If you plan to become an English major, you should learn grammar, read lots of books, as well as practicing your writing skills. So again, ito hindi ko natitingnan yung ibang options kasi naka-focus naman tayo sa parallel structure. Tingnan lang natin yung nasa list, okay? So, if you plan to become an English major, ito daw yung mga dapat mong gawin. Number 1, learn grammar. Number 2, read lots of books. Makikita mo siya yung indicator natin or commas here kasi tatlo yung option. And then as well as number 3, practicing your writing skills. Now, tingnan natin yung structure ng learn. Learn, again, walang ing. Yung read, wala ring ing. Pero yung practicing, merong ing. So, ibig sabihin, this is wrong. Dapat practice siya. So, if you read the entire sentence, it says, if you plan to become an English major, you should learn grammar, read lots of books, as well as practice your writing skills. Okay? Next. Ito, I just use this para alam yun, maraming associations to help you better remember. Obviously, this is a song. I could stay awake just to hear you breathing, watching you smile while you're sleeping, while you're far away and dreaming. Okay, so ano ba yung parallel structures dito? Tingnan natin. I could stay awake just to hear you breathing. So this is the first one. Ano pa yung gagawin niya? Pakinggan niyang huminga. Pangalawa, papanoorin niya na mag-smile while sleeping, while far away and dreaming. Ngayon, in this case, there are actually two parallels. This is one, hear and watch, and pangalawa is yung while you're sleeping, kahawig din nung while you're far away and dreaming. Pero if you look at this one, yung A, gawin natin siyang a small letter A, and B, na magkahawig din siya, parallel structures din siya, pareho naman siya kasi while you are sleeping, while you are far, say, you're still far, you are far away and dreaming, pareho naman siya, sleeping, dreaming, so parehong correct yan. Dito na siya, titingnan natin yung una. Like to say, wait, just to hear you breathing, wala siyang ing, pero watching you smile while you're sleeping, so obviously this is wrong. It should be just watch. Okay? So I hope you got that well. Balik na uli ako in my real form.
Alright, so those are just a few, and if you come up with anything, you can comment below para ma-share ninyo sa lahat ng mga ibang nakanood na video. Also, if you are watching this from our Facebook page, just post a comment para malaman din ng mga ibang tao and makatulong rin kayo sa mga teammates ninyo sa Team Laika. Alright? So, if you have any other requests, like I said, just write a comment below, send me a message on Facebook, and if you're not a part of Team Laika, it's www.facebook.com/civilservices-exam-review, and click here for the playlist of what videos already posted, and click here to subscribe to this channel. Okay? God bless, thank you, keep believing, keep praying, keep reviewing, kaya niyo yan guys, adjada.